All right, you guys. So this next story comes out of Calico Rock, Arkansas, where officials are scouring Arkansas's rugged Ozark Mountains and they're looking for this man here. His name is Grant Hardin, and he was serving a decades-long sentence for unaliving someone and also RAing someone. Now, known as the Devil in the Ozarks, he escaped Sunday from the North Central Unit, which is a medium security prison in Calico Rock. His escape happened days after, if you remember, the men that fled a New Orleans jail by going through a hole behind a toilet. And I do believe since then, 8 of those fugitives have since been captured. But here's what we know about Hardin and his escape. So as what we can see, it wasn't just any old escape. It was a meticulously planned breach by a man who once held the law in his hands. He is known as the Devil in the Ozarks. As I mentioned earlier, he was serving a 80-year prison sentence for the 2017 unaliving of James Appleton and a 1997 RA case. So on Sunday afternoon, he donned a homemade law enforcement uniform, he pushed a cart of utility supplies, and he walked right out through a security gate. Now, officials state that surveillance footage did confirm his escape, but the question remains, how did he pull this off without raising any suspicion? The authorities are now in a full-scale manhunt. They've employed drones, helicopters, and canine units to track him through the mountains.
This is one of the many checkpoints across roads across the county. Police are opening trunks, asking questions, searching vehicles, and trying to find any information on Grant Hardin. Hardin has now been on the run for over 48 hours. Rand Champion with ADC told us this morning that Hardin has still not been found. He says there's a number of law enforcement agencies involved in this active search. We know that the crews have been working through these rainy and foggy conditions to locate Hardin. Those efforts include these checkpoints, searches with drones, as well as canine units. We know that Hardin was an officer in Huntsville and Eureka Springs, a constable in Benton County, a correctional officer at the Northwest Arkansas Community Correction Center, and a chief in Gateway. Rand says that Hardin's background in law enforcement could make things tricky for investigators.
Now, as the search continues, the community remains on edge. People are nervous, and the residents have been urged not to approach him if spotted and to report any sightings immediately. But beyond the immediate danger, this incident forces us to confront some deeper issues. So, as the manhunt continues and the community watches with unease, we are left to ask ourselves, if someone once trusted to enforce the law can so easily manipulate the system, what does that say about the cracks in the very institutions meant to protect us? Sound off in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. And as always, thanks for watching.